back some memories.
Yeah.
Right on.
Lots of
Sure.
Yep.
GBH. We got to play with them too.
They were a great band. NBC. I was thinking about them today.
He's still going strong too.
First of all,
Davis.
I want to thank you for coming here.
I came from Fremont.
You guys actually, I'm sure you probably have no clue, but you had a lot of influence on my youth when I was a little kid.
Oh, really?
14, 15, just going there in shows. I started
I had a great time.
I started throwing my own shows after that.
Oh,
A few
yeah?
ones we did.
Cool.
I got inspired more and like singing.
You did the genocide show.
Yeah.
We did DRI in Grand Rapids.
Oh,
We
yeah.
played about 10 minutes. It got chased out of town by Malaysia and Doom.
And Fang, yeah, and Fang. I remember
Fang,
that
yeah.
very well, yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I remember they were outside with a DRI shirt, lighting on fire, saying "Capitalists suck," and they tried to get out the back door, and I think Boom Legion chased them down the street, driving
Oh, really?
after them in their car.
Dr. No was that night, and I love Dr. No, man. They were
That was my band I wanted to get. I was like, dude, you can get
I'm going to shut this phone down.
I left mine in the car.
Good time.
Shut this damn thing off, man. I don't need it to bother
I
me.
gotta ask first of all, how did both of you get into this kind of music to begin with? What was your first exposure?
Well, my first husband, Phil Ward, he was in a band called Band X with Dale Hagen.
I remember the name. I was probably just a couple.
Oh, you're
years
probably,
too
yep.
young.
Yep. And I started doing shows to promote them. And then we met like Paul Pretzer and them guys, and they started playing with Band X. And then I started hiring bands from, they started contacting me from out of town and saying, we'd like to come to Muskegon to play. You got a great scene down there. I was okay, Kurt, sure. There's all these bands are
You ever
calling me.
figured out how that happened? How your name?
I'm
got
not
in the
really
mix
sure. I
of
think
people?
Joey Shithead from DOA had a lot to do. I just saw him just not too long ago. We had a great time
I
together.
had told Tim I saw him at the first or second Riot Fest. I got hired on the video crew, so you're kind of intermingling all day with all those bands.
Yeah.
There's no rock star attitude. So
No,
they're really
no,
easy
no.
to talk to. You can walk in and out dressing room, jump the knock, and hopefully.
Yeah.
But I went out to catering, and it was like this outdoor area, and I sat down, and he was across from me eating. And it probably sounded rude at first, but I said, hey, if I say two words, tell me what comes to your mind. And he's like, what? And I go, ice pick. And he goes, PJR. And I just kind of was like, whoa, really? Holy shit, yeah. And he knew, like, instantly, like, it just came out.
Yeah.
And so I always heard he had the black book of booking. Like, that's who you went to back in the day. I don't know if that's true, but I heard he was
That's
like
true,
the guy
I believe.
that-
He was,
That is
yeah.
true, yeah.
He steered a lot of people my way. He really did.
I figured you were probably one of the West Michigan connections.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His little book.
I was kind of like between Chicago and Detroit, and they'd give me like really good deals. They wouldn't hardly charge me shit, and I'd give them good food, and
Probably
they'd
weren't
come and do
charging
their
shit to
laundry and
begin
shit.
with back then.
And and I wasn't charging shit because I didn't want a lot. I wanted people to come, be able to afford to come, so I didn't hardly charge anything. I got $5, you know. It's like
Yeah, I look at some of these and I remember
Some of them
just
were
some
even
of them.
$3.
yeah, I had some $3 shows, and it was like I just really wasn't in it for the money, really.
No.
It was more for the scene. I wanted to get some. As I got to know more and more bands, they wanted to do more and more backup bands for the bands I was bringing in.
Wild Stairs.
So they'd call me, or some guys would say, "Yeah, my cousin just started a band over in Battle Creek, and they want to come and play at one of your shows." I said, "Oh, okay." So I tried to match up bands that would go well with each other.
So how did you get him exposed? From some of the older photos I saw of you, you look more like a rock and roll kid when you were younger.
Yeah, back when I was a kid, I was hanging out with Swickovitz from Band X, and we were in a band with Bob Parker.
Is that Chuck?
Yeah.
I remember
Yeah.
him.
And,
Pete Farmer's band.
They were playing guitars, and we were just messing around, and I would keep a beat with a microphone in a suitcase with a magazine on top and drumsticks. And before you know it, I'm buying drums at 18. So we played out and we covered Sex Pistol songs, Iggy songs, MC5 songs, and a few other different things. And so that went on for a while. And then I heard, how did that happen? PJ was married to Phil, and they would have parties at the Band X, because Chuck went to Band X, and we were done. Chuck went to Band X.
So that's how you kind of got connected. With
Yeah, so I got connected with her, and then Band X was a cover band that played Devo, all kinds of new wave stuff.
A lot of stuff that Dale wrote.
Yeah, some stuff that Dale wrote.
Yeah.
And And then, that's when I met PJ. Now, Dale would come around to my house because I had a band house. And we would hang out, and Dale brought all this kind of new music around, like the Dead Kennedys and stuff. And
You're just exposed.
yeah, and I was just exposed to it and just all kinds of stuff. And we would go to parties, and there's all this kinds of other stuff. So I got turned on by that. And then it just escalated, you know.
I was
Then
kinda
I
exposed
started-
in Grand Haven by Paul Pretzer,
Yeah.
Doug
Yeah.
Slack.
Yeah.
So we were going
Rick
to Detroit
Sackler.
and Chicago to
Yeah.
see these bands, and I said,
Yeah.
"Fuck that!
Great way to.
Yeah.
Have them come here."
Seems
you
to be
know?
everybody's story.
Sure.
There's a small little group of kids that had a
Yeah.
tape or two. And
Yeah.
You just don't find that anymore. It's kind of neat.
They used to send me tapes.
And then
little
out
cassette
of,
tapes.
out of nowhere came the Premature Babies, J2K2 were the first, younger punk bands. But also during the Band X days, there was a band that came up from writing their own music, and they were pretty much more hardcore, was the Port City Bastards.
I remember that name, and I don't think
Bob Pringle, Mark Spaniola.
I mean,
yeah.
that would have been probably 1 year before I started going to the Jackson Hill.
They called them the PCBs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I got a
remember the
PCBs
name, I
T-shirt,
remember-
man.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I almost wore it today too.
And anyhow, they were a step part, but they were writing original music, and I really was tired of playing covers and all that stuff. You know, I mean,
Well, Dale was writing a lot of stuff.
Dale was writing stuff.
Most of the stuff that Band X played was stuff that Dale, Phil wrote some stuff. But
Well, that was a step in the right direction.
Yeah.
Writing was, so then I started playing in the Watch, and that was all original. And every other band I played in since then was original.
I believe that would have been one of them.
well, you're a great
Did
writer
you play
anyway.
Jackson Hill as the Watch?
Yeah.
That
So-
probably would have been one of the first shows I ever went to.
That was 45 songs in 15
You
minutes.
said-
Do you remember seeing me before the camera? Or is that some other
And they would
band?
crank it, too.
Yeah.
These bands nowadays, they don't have anything close to the power that they had back
No.
then.
So there were like multiple incarnations of the Ice Pick. Like what was the first?
It's down on Wood Street, up in Jackson Hill.
Mhm.
That's when I hired him. His job was to stand next to me and be ugly because I had a bunch of little kids that tried to steal my money, and I tackled them with. I had a miniskirt on and high heels on. And I tackled this kid out in the parking lot. Freaked the fuck right out of him too.
Mark had a house before that he called the Ice Pick, and there was a little
Yeah.
store in the mall called the Ice Pick that they would
Remember that.
practice
Is that
in.
in the basement part of
Mhm.
Yeah,
I do remember that.
yeah,
I didn't know, put two and two together until years later, but I
yeah.
remember
So, PJ was hiring, and we had to rent halls and stuff, Eggleston, the Annex
I saw
at,
the
Lakeview.
Crucifix at-
yeah.
Did you do the Crucifix show?
Yep.
That
Yeah.
was one of
I
the
hired
memorable-
them guys to play.
I remember that.
Yeah.
I threw
Yeah.
up during
Yeah,
their
they
shit-
played with the
show
Eunuchs, and
Yeah.
didn't Band X play that? Wasn't that Band X that played with Crucifix? The next day they played
Morley
in,
That was
Bankrupt.
one of
in
the first
Chicago
shows
with
I went
Detroit
to,
with
I
the
think.
Dead Kennedys the next day, and I went to the.
That year would have been the
Concert
first
the
year I
next day.
started going to shows.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was the one who hired the Crucifix.
I remember that singer, I think, threw up. While
They
were
pissed me
playing.
off because they sat down at the bar down the fucking road and sat and slammed shots.
And
they
started
got there
fights
fucking
down there,
drunk
too.
as hell. Started a bunch of fights. They're being real assholes. Yeah, they smashed the mirrors in the men's bathroom. Cost me a bunch of money.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
they were
Jackson Hill
assholes.
Ice Pick's my first, really, I mean, to
Mhm.
be honest with you, being 14, 15, pretty intimidating.
Oh,
I remember
yeah.
you were pretty intimidating. 'Cause you were
That was
about
his job.
8, 10 years
So I
old
hired
in
him to
the
stand
house.
next to me and look ugly.
It's the size.
But at the same time, us younger kids looked up to you. But you were, I remember going to, I think they used to call it the Chud House.
Yep.
Mhm.
That
My
was when-
upstairs, yeah.
Dan Boy, I think, stayed.
Yeah, he did, yeah. Yeah.
I remember those times. But that place, when I look back on my youth, really kind of molded what
That was
attracted me
yeah.
musically, like
Right,
attitude.
right.
I miss shows that had a little bit of danger where you could, back then you go in that liquor store and as long as you had money,
Yeah.
they'd sell you something. But you had to get from around the liquor store back in the Ice Pick without somebody stealing from you.
Right.
You're 15, you're easy
Yeah.
target. Happened a couple
You had to
times.
wear leather shoes or you get your feet cut out from all the broken glass.
Yeah, like-
Some of these halls that we rented, it'd be like knee deep broken
I try to
glass.
remember old stories, and I don't know if they're true or not, like a pimp type guy walking in and shooting a gun off inside the hallway.
Mhm.
Did that happen?
I believe it did, yes.
Kind of remotely.
I
think
believe it
from the
did.
Inside, like, but you know, how rumors go and
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
it
you
was
know-
loud, but it was.
Yeah, that
I
was
think
a
it was a
wild
blank.
neighborhood back then.
I think
We
it
were
was a
so,
blank.
Like, you'd go there, it was like third world from where we were from in Grand Haven.
Right. Oh
I
yeah.
had some of the best times. Was that the first time that you booked DOA? Was there or not?
I think so.
I think
No,
that's
first
where
time I
saw-
booked him was at Eggleston Country
That's
Gardens.
right. That's right.
Yep.
That's
Kurt
right.
was right. My buddy Kurt today was saying I didn't see him the first time at Ice Pick. It was at
Eggleston Country
he
Gardens.
He lives in that county, like
Yeah.
right in Eggleston.
Yeah. Those guys used to come in like a couple days early and hang out. I used to take them to the beach and shit like
Cook
that.
for them.
Cook for them. Did their laundry. They like coming in. Yeah.
So when did you kind of fade out of? I don't remember you being part of Third Street Ice Pick much, and
I was there quite a bit.
didn't
I did a
really
few shows there.
I kind of faded off.
I did quite a few shows there at 3rd Street actually. Yeah, I did. I went back to school, to college.
Yeah, that's why I
Yeah.
think you slowed up.
Yeah, I went back to college,
Mm.
and then I now I run an art school here in Muskegon.
Oh.
I run an art school here in Muskegon. I own and operate an art school. And it's kept me going, pays my bills, and I love what I do. So
Yeah.
I don't think my partner here has any idea of those kind of shows because he's a little younger than me.
Oh.
I just haven't had those kind of venues.
I think I went to
Well,
one
venues
show
that
like
let
the
you
top of the
do that
Eagles.
shit.
I don't know if you guys ever did any shows in the upstairs at the Eagles here in Grand Haven.
I don't
think so.
All right.
I don't recall that
I don't
one.
recall that one either. No.
I remember a hole in the wall, I believe, at the Ice Pick where you paid some money and a beer came out.
Yeah.
And I think it was
All right,
And
I
the
remember
guys would
that.
sit in that closet there off to the
Yeah.
left.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, like for other people who are watching and listening too, like
They haven't experienced that.
yeah, what was explain the ice pick as a concept and what you guys were trying to do. I mean, it may seem obvious to.
But you probably didn't realize it at the time. You were just doing it to do it, have fun, what you wanted to
Well,
do.
no, it was a place for people to come and express themselves and to play their music and to be exposed to some of these
Yeah.
other bands and
Yeah.
other cities because Michigan is such a it's such a contaminated, controlled little
I saw
environment.
bands in there, and I thank you guys for bands that you only saw in like Maxim Rock and Roll or
Yeah,
Fashion
right.
Magazine. You only read or
Right.
saw pictures.
Yeah,
So
and yet they were
nowadays you have Twitter, and you pretty much know what they had for fucking breakfast.
right. Yeah,
Back then, you didn't even know what to expect. You
No.
just heard like reviews and crazy shows.
But
in
there were
New
some
York,
great
and you're
bands.
like,
Yeah,
oh, they're
people
coming
from
here.
all
When
around.
Agnostic Front played at Jackson Hill.
Yeah.
yeah.
There was a lot of hype before that, like what to expect, because you just had read so much. And the guy, I think, the lead
They were
singer-
great guys, man. I mean,
yeah,
they
but
were
you
so
didn't
nice.
expect that. You just read and saw what you saw and thought they were going to be like these Nazi.
No,
No,
not at
no,
all.
I never
Not at
ran
all.
into any. These guys, all the guys
No.
that came were always really great. The only ones that I thought were assholes were Crucifix. They were
I
assholes.
think the only
Because they were drunk and drunks
crowd I
drunks are
remember that was a
assholes.
bad crowd was like from Port City. Am I wrong? Like back then, like skinhead type. There would be like once in a while a show or out of town.
You know what? That
where
was
people weren't part of the ice pick would come.
that was a small pocket of
Or
nothing.
was that hype?
That was more hype than anything.
Yeah.
I remember it being that there weren't people from the area though when it would happen. Like you'd hear about it having a certain show, a certain band, and people from up northern Michigan, I believe. I don't remember.
Oh, you
what.
know what? At one time,
It wasn't welcome.
people
either,
don't
really.
know
It was
this. They
kinda
were
like
coming
it
from
was-
all around the world.
Yeah,
For a short
literally.
time,
We had, like,
and I stopped going for that reason.
yeah.
I kind of faded out when G.G. Allen came in.
Yeah, I didn't like
That's
G.G.
about when
Allen. I saw him one time and
I was
said,
bartending then. I was dating, almost married. I was
Right,
getting a little
right.
older, but when that came
Oh.
into it, that whole scene, I don't think it was just because of him, but everything had shifted a little more.
It
There
did,
seemed a
once
lot
it-
more tension,
yeah.
and that's
Yeah.
not what
Instead
I
of
remember
more
with Jackson
fun
Hill.
and,
Yeah.
energy and
I'm glad I'm right on that. 'cause
That-
that's kind of what I felt.
That's because people took it too seriously.
Yeah.
They took Gigi too seriously. Gigi was a guy. You get to know him. He used to come to my house and watch wrestling. He was a regular guy, but he gets on that stage and drinks beer, does what he does. Boom! Watch out. But
Yeah.
it's an act, and that's what people don't realize. It's all an act.
I'm sure.
that was, yeah.
And it's not like his music was the greatest. Some of it's okay, but
Never gave it much of a listen, to be honest with you.
yeah, well,
And a little
you
bit here
know,
and there from other people playing it for me and stuff.
yeah,
but
some
I've
of it
never
was
had
kind of
one to-
funny a little bit, but
I believe my friend Wally Block, years
Mhm.
ago, I think when he played, I think he ended up punching him when he came running at him when he played.
oh, I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it.
A lot of
Wally's so
people punched
quiet,
him, I
but big
think.
cement mixer.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
not the guy you want to get hit by,
Yeah.
but
I
really
wouldn't
quiet
doubt
and
it.
passive. And I think he was right by the door, ready to get out. And I
Right.
think Gigi was running at him with shit in his hand, and he
Oh,
just
probably.
punch
Right.
out. But yeah,
What Jeff told me is like what you guys want to facilitate is like doesn't matter your background, doesn't matter who
Right.
you are.
Right.
That's right.
Just come and let's party.
it wasn't promoted though like that, but it was that. When I
It
think
was that
back
because
on
you
it
had,
now,
you
But
had,
I
you
mean,
had
that's
people
very
who were
progressive.
gay, or back then it wasn't an issue like
No.
it is now in prep. But
Not
you
at
could
all.
be anything,
Yep.
and it just seemed like you could go in there and not.
Like Chucky in his
Get
mini skirts
hassled.
and blue hair.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
You know, I
that's
wore
rad.
dresses on stage and a jock strap once,
Yeah.
you know.
I
I
remember, a few
remember
people
that.
blew my
Oh,
mind when I
God,
was
it
a
was
kid, like
nasty.
Dawn.
Mm-hmm.
Back then, she was pretty hardcore.
Yeah.
And I was like 15, seeing some funny, but.
She was a nice gal.
But
I
what
liked
was
Dawn.
funny is
No.
everybody was nice. I never had one bad experience
No,
inside that
not
building
at
from
all.
people like with conflict amongst each other.
Nope.
I don't remember a fight in there really. I'm sure there was once in a while, like any gathering.
No, there
but I
wasn't
don't
really any.
remember.
Not really.
Working security one time, I had to do a little something to subdue somebody that broke the window out in Big Bob's. Held him for the cops. I had to.
Yeah.
Because if that window would have hit someone, it would have cut them in half.
Yeah.
There are certain times when you got to take the law into your own hands when you're doing a show. For the safety of your fans and people and your loved ones,
For sure.
you know.
Yeah.
So I try to have everybody's back.